it is.
Поздравляю вас. Да, с праздничком. Господи, здоровья.
Праздником, поздравления. Здоровья.
Внимание! Говорит и показывает Москва. Во знаменование 73-й годовщины победы в Великой Отечественной войне 1941-1945 годов на Красной площади парад Победы.
Marking the 73rd anniversary of victory in the Great Patriotic War.
государственный флаг Российской Федерации и знамя Победы. Смирно! Для встречи слева! Накра!
Под музыку песни Александрова «Священная война» военнослужащие батальона почетного караула
Sergeant Anton Mikhailov and Junior Sergeant Alexei Fokeyev of the Honor Guard Battalion, the 154th Preobrazhensky Independent Commandant's Regiment, carry the state flag of the Russian Federation and the victory banner into Red Square. The color guard crews are led by Major Maxim Malakhov and Captain Alexei Ruklenko.
Парад! Смирно! Накра!
Военный парад принимает министр обороны Российской Федерации, герой России.
The military parade will be reviewed by General of the Army Sergei Shoigu. Commander of the parade is Colonel General Salyukov.
Товарищ министр обороны Российской Федерации, войска Московского гарнизона для парада во знаменовании 73-й годовщины Победы в Великой Отечественной войне построены командующий парадом генерал-полковник Салюков.
The defense minister and the parade commander start reviewing the troops. They address the units and wish them a happy victory day. They start by approaching the army formation. The defense minister greets the troops and wishes them a happy victory day. Over 13,000 servicemen are participating in the Victory Day parade. The parade will also feature armored vehicles and aircraft.
Поздравляю вас с 73-й годовщиной Победы в Великой Отечественной войне!
Последние годы мастерство и профессионализм военнослужащих России.
Russia's aerospace forces have demonstrated their efficiency in fighting international terrorism in recent years.
И выполнении мероприятий боевой подготовки.
The defense minister is greeting the formations of the Ministry of Emergencies and of the Western Military District. Over the past year, the Russian armed forces have received over 3,500 new models of cutting-edge weaponry, including over 400 armored vehicles, 100 aircraft, and 19 Navy vessels. The defense minister is greeting the formations of the Russian Navy, Russian airborne troops, and Russian strategic missile forces. Russian servicemen keep perfecting their skills and mastering new models of weaponry. They're demonstrating to the whole world that they're ready to defend their nation at all times. The defense minister is now greeting the Navy regiment and the cadets of the Suvorov Academy. The defense minister has greeted the parade formations of the Army, Navy, Airborne Troops, Western Military District, Strategic Missile Forces, Railway Troops, and Nuclear, Biological, and Chemical Protection Troops, as well as the parade formations of the National Guard, Ministry of Emergencies, Federal Security Service, and the cadets of Suvorov and Nakhimov academies. The inspection by Defense Minister General of the Army Sergei Shoigu is over. He now heads to the central stand to report to President Vladimir Putin, Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces. Comrade Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. The troops of the Moscow garrison are ready for the Victory Day parade. Defense Minister Shoigu reporting. Citizens of Russia, dear veterans, soldiers and sailors, sergeants and ensigns, army and navy officers, generals and admirals, happy Victory Day. This is a holiday that has always been and will always be the most sacred holiday to every family, to our entire great country. This is a holiday that makes our entire nation proud and will always be remembered. 73 years ago, the Great Patriotic War ended. Nazism was defeated. We put an end to its cruelty and barbarity. We defeated the criminal plans of world superiority. The defeat of Nazism was a real triumph. This long-awaited word made its way around the planet, and all the nations realized that it was the Soviet Union that determined the outcome of World War II. It was our soldiers, our people, who achieved this victory by offering their sacrifice. They defended the freedom and independence of their country, showing unparalleled courage on the front lines and on the home front. Today, what those soldiers did is sometimes forgotten or distorted. The real heroes are being forgotten, and history is being rewritten. We will never allow this to happen. It is our duty to preserve the memory of the valor of soldiers who gave their lives for others. All of our soldiers, those who fought on the second front, what other countries did, members of the anti-Hitler coalition, we will always be proud that the Soviet people did not back down, while some other countries preferred to capitulate, were hypocritical, and collaborated with the Nazis. Our people fought hard. No other country in the world faced an invasion like that, evacuating millions of people, thousands of factories under fire. And immediately those factories started manufacturing armor and hardware for the troops. This seemed impossible, but people worked selflessly, women and children. They worked for their motherland. They worked for the victory. For those who defended the country and their families, nothing can measure the valor of our soldiers and marshals. They fought hard, and every spot was part of their motherland. Every little piece of land they treated as the most important one. We achieved decisive victories in Moscow and Stalingrad, at Kursk and on the Dnieper River. We broke the Leningrad blockade. We liberated the capitals of Europe and eventually took Berlin. All of that, it did not matter which ethnic group or religion you belong to, where you used to live, where you came from. All those soldiers had just one motherland. They all fought to the bitter end, to the last drop of their blood. May 9th unites all the generations. It's the history of courage. Every family has its own heroes, and they continue living today as part of the immortal regiment. We bow our heads to cherish the memory of all those who did not return from the war. We remember our sons, daughters, fathers, mothers, grandfathers, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters, family members and friends. We mourn the veterans who are no longer with us. I ask for a minute of silence. Friends, in June 1941, war came to every family. It separated husbands and wives, some of them forever. It left hundreds of thousands of children without parents, destroyed the hopes and plans turned cities and villages to ashes.
всегда вызов самой жизни.
War is always a challenge to life.
Мы помним
All
о
the best
трагедии
things
двух
in
мировых
life.
войн,
We remember the
об уроках
tragedies of
истории.
2 world wars. We remember the lessons of history. This is what keeps us from becoming blind. We see new threats, but behind them we see old features of selfishness, nationalism,
Она исключительность.
and
Мы понимаем всю
exceptionalism.
серьезность этих угроз.
We understand how
Всем
serious
странам, всему
those
человечеству
threats are.
важно осознать, что мир очень
The entire mankind has to realize that the world, that peace is very fragile. We all should hear each other, respect each other. Russia is open to dialogue on all the different matters of global security. We are ready for a constructive and equal partnership for the sake of peace and stability on the planet. Dear veterans, our gratitude to you is limitless. This is what our hearts cry out about. To honor you, we'll have this military parade. Your life, burned by war, is a role model for all the generations. We admire your dedication to the motherland. It is a great honor for us to be your descendants. We realize how great this responsibility is. We will never let you down. We are proud of what you accomplished, and this is what makes us stronger. Today, we have a new generation of victors marching through Russia's main square. We will always remain faithful to your traditions. We will continue working hard, being successful for Russia's prosperity and greatness. The light of your victories, your courage will make us stronger. Happy Victory Day! Hurrah!
Парад! Смирно! К торжественному маршу! Побатальонно! На одного линейного дистанции! Первый батальон прямо, остальные направо, на плечо. Равнение направо, шагом марш!
Возглавляет военный парад
Parade commander Colonel General Oleg Salyukov leads the parade. Traditionally, all military parades on Red Square are opened by the drummer squad of the Khalilov Moscow Military Musical College, which sets the marching rhythm for the parade. The parade drummer squad is led by college principal Colonel Alexander Gerasimov. The color guard detachments march across Red Square carrying the state flag of the Russian Federation, the victory banner, The color guard detachments are accompanied by the honor guards of the Army, the Navy, and the Aerospace Forces. Here come the youngest participants in the parade. The parade formation of the Suvorov Military College, led by Colonel Igor Yakimov. Tens of thousands of the Suvorov Military College graduates are grateful for their college years, which taught them the values of the officers' honor, bravery, and courage. These are the cadets of the Tver Suvorov Military College, Russia's oldest Suvorov Military College. Over the 75 years of its existence, the Tver Suvorov College has produced over 16,000 cadets. The parade formation is led by College Principal Colonel Vladimir Lyakov. Next, we see the parade formation of the Sevastopol Nakhimov Naval College, led by Rear Admiral Alexander Popov. The Nakhimov College cadets are continuing the heroic traditions laid by the prominent Russian admirals Ushakov, Lazarev, Kornilov, and Istomin. For the first time, joining the parade is the formation of the Moscow National Guard Presidential Cadet College, led by College Principal Colonel Nikolai Perepecha. The parade formation of the Yunarmia, the Young Army Patriotic Movement, is led by the Chief of the General Staff of the movement, Olympic champion Dmitry Trunenkov. Yunarmia is currently present in all the different regions of Russia, bringing together thousands of boys and girls. Red Square welcomes the Combined Army Regiment of the Russian Armed Forces. First in line are cadets and officers of the Combined Army Academy, led by the Academy Principal, Lieutenant General Alexei Avdeyev. 2018 marks the 100th anniversary of the Academy. The Academy graduates have always been holding key commanding positions during World War II. 24 Academy graduates served as commanders of 83 armies. The Academy has been awarded 4 military decorations. This is the parade formation of the Military University of the Russian Defense Ministry, led by University Superintendent Major General Igor Mishutkin. The university will soon celebrate its 100th anniversary. For the first time, joining the parade are the formations of the Marshal Vasilevsky Air Defense Academy, led by Academy Principal Lieutenant General Gleb Yeryomin. During the war, 57 Academy graduates were awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. Today, the Academy produces air defense specialists for different branches of the armed forces. They are followed by the parade formation of the Khrushchev Military Logistics Academy, led by its principal, Lieutenant General Andrei Toporov. The Academy produces top military logistics specialists capable of performing various military and humanitarian missions. Joining the parade is the Zhukovsky and Gagarin Air Force Academy, representing Russian aerospace forces, led by Academy Principal Lieutenant General Gennady Zibrov. The Academy is the key training center for Air Force pilots, air traffic controllers, military meteorologists, and electronic warfare specialists. Hundreds of the Academy graduates have been awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union and of the Russian Federation. The parade formation of the Mazhaysky Military Space Academy is led by Academy Principal Major General Maxim Penkov. This is one of the oldest military academies in Russia, producing space security specialists. Marching across Red Square is the Combined Navy Regiment, the combined parade formation of the Admiral Ushakov Baltic Naval Academy and of the Naval Polytechnic Institute is led by Rear Admiral Vyacheslav Sitnik. These are future engineer officers of the Russian Navy. The parade formation of the Nakhimov Black Sea Fleet Naval Academy is led by Rear Admiral Alexander Grinkevich. Over 200 of the Academy graduates became admirals. 3 of Russia's fleets and the Caspian Flotilla are commanded by the Academy graduates. Joining the parade is the 336th Guards Belostok Naval Infantry Brigade, led by Colonel of the Guards Andrei Lazutkin. 7 Marines of the Belostok Brigade have been awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union and of the Russian Federation. The parade formation of the 61st Kirkenes Naval Infantry Brigade is led by Colonel Kirill Inkulin. 2018 marks the 75th anniversary of the brigade. 10 Marines of the Kirkenes Brigade have been awarded the title of Hero of the Russian Federation. Since World War II, the brigade's motto has been, "Wherever we go, there is victory." The female combined parade formation of the Defense Ministry's Military University, the Volsk Military Logistics Academy, and the Budyonny Military Academy of the Signal Corps is led by Colonel Olesya Buka and Major Yekaterina Ryakova. A graduate of these military academies serve as military interpreters, communication specialists, logistics specialists, and financial experts. The combined parade formation of Peter the Great Military Academy and its Serpukhov branch is led by Principals Lieutenant General Sergei Siver and Colonel Andrei Morozov. The Strategic Missile Forces Academy produces operators for the most advanced missile defense systems, including Yars and Sarmat missiles.
Сегодня военная академия ракетных войск стратегического назначения является самым современным и высокотехнологичным военным учебным заведением Министерства обороны Российской Федерации.
The parade formation of the General Margelov Ryazan Airborne Forces Military Academy is led by Major General Alexei Rogozin. This year, the Academy is celebrating its centennial. The 331st Guards Parachute Kostyma Regiment is led by Hero of Russia, Colonel Vladimir Seliverstov. The regiment has successfully completed a number of special and peacekeeping missions and has been awarded the title Shock Regiment. For the first time, joining the parade is a formation of the military police of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation, led by Colonel Sergei Dolgirev. Today, military police units carry out combat and special missions, as well as help maintain law and order and ensure safety of the civilian population in a Syrian Arab Republic. The Marshal Timoshenko Military Academy of Radiation, Chemical and Biological Protection is led by Academy Superintendent Major General Igor Yemelyanov. 2018 marks the centenary of the radiation, chemical and biological protection troops in Russia. Joining the parade is the 38th Independent Railway Brigade, led by Colonel Igor Orlov. Railway troops performed their duties with excellence during the Great Patriotic War and the construction of the Baikal-Amur mainline railway. Today, military railway troops continue making their valuable contribution to the development of the nationwide transport system. The parade formation of the Ministry of Emergency Situations is led by Civil Defense Academy Superintendent Major General Viktor Panchenkov. Troops of the Emergencies Ministry are on duty 24/7, ready to carry out search and rescue operations whenever necessary, both in Russia and abroad. The parade formation of the Dzerzhinsky Independent Division of the National Guard of the Russian Federation is led by Major General Dmitry Cherepanov. During the war, the division units maintain defense lines of the city of Moscow and in the Caucasus. The National Guard's motto is "Always on guard." For the first time joining the parade is a formation of the National Guard Saratov Military Institute, led by its superintendent, Major General Sergei Mukhayev. The institute has been awarded the Order of the Red Banner and the Order of Zhukov. The parade formation of the Moscow Border Guard Institute of the Federal Security Service is led by Institute Superintendent Major General Valery Kozlov. This year marks the centenary of the foundation of the Border Guard troops in Russia. The Western Military District is represented on Red Square by the Moscow garrison. The parade formation of the Taman Guards is led by Division Commander Colonel Yevgeny Nikitin. The Taman Division was one of the first to be awarded the title of the Guards Division for its courage and valor. The Taman Division has produced over 40 heroes of the Soviet Union and full cavaliers of the Order of Glory. The parade formation of the legendary Yuri Andropov 4th Kantemirovskaya Guards Tank Division is led by Colonel Oleg Verkhoglad. During the war, the division produced 57 heroes of the Soviet Union. Dozens of thousands of its troops were awarded orders and medals for their valor. The division has 23 military medals for successful combat operations. Today, its soldiers and officers continue maintaining the division's exceptionally high standards of service. The parade formation of the 27th Independent Guards Motor Rifle Brigade is led by Brigade Commander Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Protsenko. 74 years ago, the brigade was part of the successful offensive operation in Crimea that led to the liberation of the city of Sevastopol. The brigade was given the title of Sevastopol Brigade. The Moscow High Military Command School, so-called Kremlin cadets, are the last to march to Red Square in this part of the parade. They are led by their principal, Major General Alexander Novkin. The school has produced over 700 generals and marshals. More than 100 of its alumni went on to become heroes of the Soviet Union, heroes of Russia. The military band is now leaving Red Square to give room to the armored column. The combined military band of the Moscow garrison provides the musical accompaniment for the parade. Colonel Timofey Mayakin conducts the orchestra. Traditionally, during the Victory Day parade, the military band performs more than 40 music pieces pre-selected to suit every branch of the armed forces. We now see the armored column. They will feature guards units and units that were awarded with battle honors for successful operations during the Great Patriotic War. This part of the parade is opened by the legendary T-34 tank. Under the command of Captain Dmitry Bozhenko, the tank is accompanied by military vehicles carrying the colors of the 10 fronts of the Great Patriotic War. The first to appear is the column of Typhoon and Tiger M vehicles equipped with arbalete and cornet anti-tank modules. The column is led by Captain Denis Ivanishev. Next we see Typhoon K multi-purpose armored personnel carriers and Tiger M armored vehicles of the Defense Ministry's military police units. The column is led by Captain Sergei Shushin. The armored vehicles have proven to be a reliable support to the military police during humanitarian and special operation missions in the Syrian Arab Republic. A formation of infantry fighting vehicles that provide fire cover for motorized infantry units is now in Red Square. The column is led by Major Igor Matveyev. The column of the 27th Sevastopol Guards Motor Rifle Brigade presents the new generation of armored personnel carriers, the Kurganets 25 APCs and the BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicles. This is the parade formation of the 2nd Guards Tamanskaya Motor Rifle Division, led by Major Oleg Mamontov. The column features the current generation of Armata T-14 tanks, the T-72B3 main battle tanks, and the Terminator tank support combat vehicles. Next we see the parade formation of the 106 Guards Tula Airborne Division, led by Major Alexander Mishirikov. Airborne Division is a rapidly deployable force with the capacity to perform deep penetration missions and airdrop both manned and unmanned armored vehicles. The artillery formation is represented by the column of the 147th Simferopol Artillery Regiment that features the Koalitsiya SV artillery systems and the 152mm self-propelled Sta-S howitzers. The column is led by Lieutenant Colonel Mikhail Komogorov. These artillery systems ensure quick, precise, and effective destruction of some of the most remote targets. The Iskander-M missile system division of the 112th Guards Novorossiysk Missile Brigade and the multiple rocket launcher Smerch division of the 79th Guards Rocket Artillery Brigade enter Red Square. The column is led by Lieutenant Colonel Nikolai Izvoltsev. The unique capabilities of these missile systems ensure high precision and high impact, long-range strikes. The parade formations of the ground forces, air defense units of the 4th Guards Kantemirovskaya Tank Division, led by Major Mikhail Dolzhnikov, moving across Red Square are Buk M2 missile systems, and for the first time in the history of the parade, Tor M2 anti-aircraft system that are part of the ongoing military operation in the Syrian Arab Republic. The formation of mobile air defense systems that safeguard the airspace of the Russian Arctic. The column consists of the Tor MT-DT all-terrain anti-aircraft missile systems and TTM military snowmobiles. The column is led by Lieutenant Colonel Rinat Shainurov. The aerospace forces of the Russian Federation are represented by the 799th Anti-Aircraft Rocket Regiment. The Panzer S air defense systems, developed by the Tula-based KBP Instrument Design Bureau, have had a high success rate in air defense missions in the Syrian Arab Republic. Formation of the S-400 Triumph anti-aircraft weapon system, led by Major Andrei Chepenko.
Боевые характеристики комплекса С-400 остаются непревзойденными.
No foreign air defense system has been able to match the capabilities of the S-400.
Способен поражать не только все средства.
It is capable of destroying not only all existing aerospace attack weapons, but also newer generations of weapons that are still under development.
На Красной площади
For the first
впервые
time
представлены
on Red Square,
робототехнические комплексы дистанционного разминирования Уран-6 и огневой
Uran
поддержки
6
Уран-9.
mine-clearing robots, and Uran 9 fire support unmanned ground combat vehicle. Korsar and Katran unmanned aerial vehicles are displayed. The system has been successfully tested. For the first time, joining the parade is the armored column of the Russian National Guard. Special vehicles in the column include Tiger, Patrol, and Ural armored vehicles. The column is led by Captain Boris Apanasenko. The armored vehicles are used in operations performed by Russian special forces in any climate or any type of weather. Now joining the parade are the Yars missile launchers of the 54th Guards Rocket Division of the Strategic Missile Forces. They are accompanied by Guard Forces and Tiger and Patriot armored vehicles. The column is led by Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Plekhanov. Missile brigades equipped with Yars systems form the core of Russia's mobile nuclear forces. The Boomerang, wheeled armored personnel carrier, ends the procession of military equipment carrying flags from the different branches of the Russian armed forces. On to the flyover of the Russian aerospace forces. We'll see modern aircraft of the Russian aerospace forces. The flyover begins with the Mi-26 helicopter capable of lifting up to 20 tons, accompanied by 4 Mi-8 multi-purpose helicopters. The group is flying at an altitude of 150 meters at the speed of 200 kilometers per hour. The Berkut's aerobatics demonstration team is flying Mi-28 and Havoc helicopters over Red Square, led by Lieutenant Colonel Edward Kozacek. We can now see Kamov Ka-52 Alligator attack helicopters. The formation is led by Colonel Vasily Kleshenko. Now come the modernized Mi-24P attack helicopters, led by Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Biserov. Next come military jets of the Russian Aerospace Force, flying at an altitude of 300 to 500 meters at the velocity of 500 kilometers per hour. The group consisting of 1 Tupolev Tu-160 long-range strategic bomber and 4 Tu-22 M3 supersonic strategic bombers. flies over Red Square. The formation is led by Lieutenant Colonel Pavel Burdakov. A group of 3 upgraded Ilyushin IL-76MD heavy strategic airlifters is flying over Red Square, led by Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Voloshin. Next to we see a group of 3 Tupolev Tu-95MS turboprop-powered strategic bombers. The leading pilot is Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Ilyin. Air-to-air refueling allows strategic bombers to perform combat missions thousands of kilometers away from their air bases. Piloting the 2 aircraft are Major Sergei Gorovchenko and Lieutenant Colonel Andrei Nikulin. Here comes a group of 4 MiG-31 SMT lightweight fighters. The group is led by Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Kaziev. We see a group of 4 Sukhoi Su-34 tactical bombers led by Lieutenant Colonel Denis Zinchenko. Next, flying above Red Square, we can see a group of Mikoyan MiG-31 supersonic long-range interceptor aircraft. The group is led by Major Yuri Kovalov. Next, we have Sukhoi Su-34 bombers led by Major Dmitry Aparin. Next, we see Sukhoi Su-57 multi-purpose 5th generation jet fighters boasting super maneuverability at high G-forces. Leading the group is test pilot Taras Atsebarsky. Next, we see a wing of Sukhoi Su-34 bombers and Su-30 and Su-35S fighter jets led by Lieutenant Colonel German Anakhov. Next, we see the pride of Russian aviation, the Russian Knights and Swifts aerobatic teams flying Su-30SM and MiG-29 SMT fighter jets. The group is led by Colonel Andrei Alexeyev. 6 Sukhoi Su-25 attack aircraft passing over Red Square. The red, white and blue flag of the Russian Federation is seen flying behind them. The leader of the group is Colonel Alexander Kotov. For the first time, we see over Moscow a pair of upgraded MiG-31K fighter jets armed with the cutting-edge Kinzhal hypersonic missile complex. The formation is led by Colonel Sergei Asakchi. Ending the parade is the performance by the band of the 154th Preobrazhensky Regiment, the cadets of the Valery Khalilov Moscow Suvorov Military School College, and musicians of the Moscow Garrison Military Band.
Слыша прощание славянки,
The combined military band leaves the red square to the tune of the march Slavikun's farewell. The parade is over. Glory to the veterans of the great patriotic war. Hurrah!
да здравствует 73-я годовщина Великой
Glory
Победы.
to the 73rd anniversary of the great victory. Hurrah!
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, участники парадного расчета, ваш товарищ, который не раз полковник Поляков. Здравствуйте. Вольно!
Заместитель военного Москвы, полковник Здравствуйте.
Заместитель главного управления генерал
Заместитель главный командующий сухопутными войсками по вооружению генерал-лейтенант Брезинский. Здравия желаю.
Первый заместитель главнокомандующего войсками национальной гвардии полковник.
Начальник военной полиции генерал-лейтенант Ивановский. Здравия желаю.
Начальник военно-оркестровой службы полковник Малякин.
Командир Преображенского полка полковник.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, заместитель начальника отдела штаба материально-технического обеспечения вооруженных сил Российской Федерации полковник Акипов.
Заместитель военного коменданта города Москвы полковник. Командир гвардейского артиллерийского дивизиона гвардии полковник Парадиков.
Начальник Московского военно-музыкального училища полковник Герасимов.
Заместитель начальника Московского Суворовского военного училища полковник Акимов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Тверского Суворовского военного училища полковник
Начальник Нахимовского военно-морского училища город Севастополь контр-адмирал Попов.
Начальник Московского президентского кадетского училища имени Шолохова, войск национальной гвардии полковник Перепечь.
Начальник главного штаба движения Юной армии Труденков.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник общевойсковой академии генерал-лейтенант Авдеев.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник военного университета генерал-майор Мишуткин.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник военной академии войсковой противовоздушной обороны генерал-лейтенант Кириллов. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник военной академии материально-технического обеспечения генерал-лейтенант Толков. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник военно-воздушной академии воздушно-космических сил генерал-полковник Зебров.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник военно-космической академии генерал-майор Пеньков.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник филиала военно-морской академии в городе Калининграде контр-адмирал Ситник.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Черноморского высшего военно-морского ордена Красной Звезды училища имени Павла Степановича Нахимова контр-адмирал Гринкевич. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир парадного расчета военно-морского политехнического института полковник Свесов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир 336-й отдельной гвардейской Белостокской орденов Суворова Александра Невского, бригада морской пехоты Балтийского флота, гвардии полковник Лазуткин. Здравия желаю.
Наш Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир 61-й отдельной Киркинесской краснознаменной бригады морской пехоты Северного флота, полковник Лазуткин.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир парадного расчета военнослужащих курсантов военного университета Вольского института материального обеспечения, военной академии связи, полковник Бухар.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир парадного расчета военнослужащих курсантов военно-космической академии Можайского, майор Ряхов.
Товарищ Главнокомандующий, начальник военной академии ракетных войск, назначение генерал-лейтенант Север.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник филиала военной академии ракетных войск стратегического назначения полковник Морозов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Рязанского гвардейского воздушного командного учителя имени генерала Армардела. Генерал-майор Рогозин. Здравствуйте.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир 331-го гвардейского парашют-десантного Костромского полка, гвардии полковник Северов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир парадного расчета военной полиции полковник Долгирев.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник военной академии радиационной, химической, биологической защиты генерал-майор Емельянов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир 38-й отдельной железнодорожной бригады полковник Орлов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Академии гражданской защиты и МЧС России генерал-майор Панчиков. Здравия желаю.
Спасибо.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир дивизии Федеральной службы войск Национальной гвардии Российской Федерации генерал-майор Черепанов. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Саратовского военно-краснознаменного института войск Национальной гвардии генерал ВМФ. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Московского пограничного института генерал-майор Козлов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командующий 1-й гвардейской танковой армии генерал-майор Козлов.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир 2-й гвардейской Таманской мотострелковой дивизии полковник Игинин. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, временно исполняющий обязанности командира 4-й гвардейской антимировской дивизии гвардии полковник Верхогляд. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, исполняющий обязанности командира 27-й отдельной морской бригады подполковник Проценко. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, начальник Московского высшего общескового командного училища генерал-майор Нуркин. Здравия желаю.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, командир механизированной колонны парадного расчета полковник Попов. Здравия желаю.
Enormously impressive. And moving.
Большое выходное. Александр Александрович, готов к возложению?